everybody, Dave with the Gimpy Homesteader here. We're gonna plant in our basil and stuff in this guy right here. But first I gotta drill some holes in it for drainage. We're gonna do that. Drill bits here. Let's see if I can get it out. There it is. We'll probably use the 1/2 inch wood bit, but you know that's mandatory whenever you have a drill. Want to make sure we have plenty of drainage holes here. Especially with something this size. Alright, got our holes drilled. Can't really see them that well. We got them drilled. Right there. Now, give me a minute. We're going to put some compost in here first. Alright, we're going to add our compost bucket here. Woo, look at all the slides. We're going to put some of the compost in here. Now, normally this is just chicken litter. You only want to use it after a year. This has duck mixed in with it too. So you can use that 45, 60 days after. We're going to put some of that in the bottom here. Probably fill this up a little bit, not just on the bottom. Just for our herbs. Nice and fertilized from the compost. Put this back on. Now you can keep your compost dark, or you can let it sit out. It's your choice. Found that keeping it dark works a little bit better. We're gonna go take this back over to our soil and our plants, and we'll get planting. All right, got our soil here. I'm not sure this is gonna be enough to fill this up. Find out. Nope, not enough. Not enough. All right, give me 1 second. I gotta get more. All right, we're back here. Got another 1/2 bag of soil we're gonna throw in here. Don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. I'm sorry, I did not want to put my hand in that nasty compost, but remember, it's soil, not dirt. Should be good. Okay, about like that. That should be good. Oh, there we go. So I can see a little better. So we got some basil in here. Basil. That is ready to plant. I grew a few of each of these, if y'all remember. The other herbs, unfortunately, did not sprout, but that's okay. that's okay. Put our basil in there. Got a lot of basil. Try to get the roots intact like that as best you can. We're just barely going to cover them over the top. Now, basil doesn't spread, and you can plant it in the ground. But with the chickens free roaming, it would not survive. Now there are other herbs that do spread. Mint is a bad one. It will take over your entire yard if you let it. So that one will be best in containers. Okay. One more out of this one, basil-wise. Hopefully in this soil, with the compost underneath, they will be really good. Now we got a whole nother planter up here that has more basil in it. About 4 more plants. See, basil. So we're gonna get that out while we're thinking about it. Maybe this one's a little easier to get out because it's not as dry as the other one was. We're starting to get root bound, it looks like. And make sure you have good spacing. I mean, you don't need a lot. But there was critter chewing on one of the leaves of this one. You see the hole in the leaf right there. Now, transplanting for a plant is traumatic. So, when you're done transplanting, make sure you water it in. Because it's extremely traumatic for them. Alright, so we've got our basil put in, and I'll show you guys the end result here in a little bit. Now we actually have a couple of rose or sage plants that have sprouted as well that we're going to put in here. They're not as far along as basil is. But they're far along enough that I can transplant them. You can transplant them as soon as they start growing, when you start seeing leaves, but it's actually best to wait until they're a little bit more mature. So it's a better chance they'll survive. Some of those are pretty small. And then we got actually a rosemary. One rosemary. That's ready. Then we got one rosemary that came out. Something ate that one. It looks like some of them started sprouting, but something ate them. Tiny little sprout of rosemary. Tiny, tiny, tiny. Teeny tiny. And you can, like I said, you can plant sprouts as soon as they sprout. It's probably less traumatic when they're young sprouts, but rosemary. You'll probably hear the goats back there. That's the neighbor's goats. Can't see them from here, but you can hear them. So before I water it in, most of this is the basil Then we got the sage. You can see the small little sprout there. And then the little sprout of rosemary right there. We're going to go ahead and water this in. Just give me a moment. Get these watered in real good. You don't need a lot. Just enough. Soak the roots. And there we go. We put it in the sun. And we'll watch to make sure it grows.